Food markets only.
Meet Susie Smart, she is so bright. On her blackboard you can write. She has a desk, she has a seat. What's your name, my dolly sweet?
My name is Susie Smart.
She can talk!
She can talk, but can she add?
2 plus 2 is 4. Cat, C-A-T.
You can spell!
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how
You recite!
Press the button, she says a dozen things, complete with desk, blackboard, and seat. Susie Smart, sold at food markets only.
What's this stuff? Some cereal. It's supposed to be good for you. Did you try it? I'm not gonna try it. You try it. I'm not gonna try it. Let's get Mikey. Yeah. He won't eat it. He hates everything. He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
Well, what's on the television then? Looks like a penguin.
Well, it may look like a penguin, but it's a pinpointer, not a penguin. Ah. Hi, Mikey. Let me see. Who we got here? We got the new marshal in town. And we got Dougie. I'm glad to see Doug Harding. I'm working on your package today, Doug. Getting all of the numbers added up and crunched and everything. Silver Slinky. And that S-Man. Archaeology Mikey, you're already maxed out at 5 entries. So you don't get one, but thanks for showing up. Jeff Crumpler, heading for church. That's good. I could use some prayers for my health, Jeff. This has been a slow recovery here. With bacon. Everything's better with bacon, huh, Mike? Except for Mikey. Mikey no like bacon. Mikey weirdo. He hate everything. Once again, I'm coming to you from my phone. I did finally get my old computer up and running, but I don't have any cameras or anything hooked to it. And when I was trying to do that, I messed up the new computer, and so now I gotta fish the cable for the camera out from behind there. I do too, Jeff. I have not felt good since I was in the hospital for the heart surgery, and it's not the heart surgery that's bothering me. It's what happened was one of the nurses was supposed to stop one of my medications, and she stopped them all. Well, that messed up all my other illnesses, and now we don't seem to be able to get me back on track. So, wow, where'd everybody go? A minute ago it said I had 5 people in here. Now it says 2. So apparently everybody just did the hit and run. That's not nice. No hit and run on Susie. No wonder I'm hurting all the time. All these hit and run peoples. Hey, Annette says, I'm here. Now I'm back up to 3. I don't know. Sometimes this thing's just strange. It's just strange. Goodness. Oh, I've bumped some button on my phone now and can't get back into my page. There it is. Goodness. Yeah, the food is done cooking. I had lasagna. I made it a few days ago and stored individual servings in my freezer for days when I didn't feel like cooking, and today was one of those days. So I had lasagna. It was good. It was real good. It was not regular lasagna. Hey, Scott Jarvie, gonna get him a spot. Number 7 of 10. There we go. And Mike Shalise gets one. Number 8 of 10. That, I think, is Mike's 4th one. So you got one more because you can only have a limit of 5. Yep. Now you got to worry about Mike Shalise. He's got 4. Well, this is not a regular lasagna. This was, I saw it on a YouTube channel that I watch, and it was a crock pot lasagna, and it's slightly different. See, the thing I don't like about lasagna is I don't like the ricotta cheese because it's kind of grainy. It's like sand or something. I just don't like the texture of the ricotta cheese, so I didn't use ricotta cheese. And it makes a big difference if in the whole thing. It changes the taste of it slightly, and it changes the texture. Yeah, the ricotta cheese is gross. So instead, in this one, you either can use well, pretty much you can use any kind of cheese you wanted, but I substitute cottage cheese for ricotta because it's nice and smooth and it doesn't have that funky taste. So yeah, I don't like the ricotta cheese at all. That's icky. That's icky stuff. It's kind of like the sandpaper of cheese. I don't know why it has that weird texture, but I don't care for it. So, but anyway, the way I made it, it was good. And I have a friend that doesn't particularly like. Well, you just throw some Swiss cheese in there. Then you can use any kind of cheese you want for this crock pot recipe. But no, I like cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is good. Ricotta cheese no good though. That's some nasty stuff there. Okay, we got. I need 3 more people. Annette's having no part of that. No part of either one of those cheeses. She's like, nope, ain't happening. Yeah, there's this lady I watch. Most of the stuff she does is about uh, economical running of your house and saving money buying groceries and cooking economical meals. It's a channel called Frugal Fit Mom. This lady named Christine. And I've gotten some pretty good recipes from her channel for like meals that I can cook and put them away in my freezer. And sometimes she'll do meals for one or meals for two. And I've never made anything from her channel that I didn't like. So yeah, I guess I'm shouting her out. So Christine, I shouted you out. Ah, there's another one. Turbo Tracer gets a spot. If my pencil will allow me to have a slight little bit of lead. Okay, that leaves us 2 more spots. And I will tell you, I'm not staying on long. I just needed. We are discussing getting entries to the drawing I'm having on Wednesday night to give away the Vulcan 360 pinpointer. And so we're going to be giving away a pinpointer on Wednesday night, and you got a spot for that. You got a spot to try to win it. I'm going to put 96 people on a wheel and start throwing them off. The last one standing wins the pinpointer. That, and we're discussing crock pot lasagna. Well, you might win one. I actually got 6 of them donated to the channel by Calico Detectors. So we will have, if you don't win the first time around, keep coming back to the channel because I have more to give away. That was so nice of them. I thought they were going to send me one, and they sent me a case of 6, which was amazingly generous. And so Wednesday on my Sweeping the Dirt metal detecting chit and chat show, we will be giving away the first one of the 6. At that time, we will also be giving away, doing the monthly Patreon sponsors only giveaway, which always involves a piece of silver of some kind. And you can become a Patreon sponsor on my channel for $2.96 a month or more. I mean, but the lowest tier is $2.96. And like I said, that drawing every month involves something and a piece of silver. And I do that because we are not yet monetized. So that money, Jimmy Lacari got number 9. So one more person. Hi, Jimmy Lacari. How are you? Yes, Annette, that was extremely nice of them. My friend that worked for them for years, I mean, he was like actually the president of Calico for a while. He moved on and moved over to Nocta Macro Detectors. And the new gentleman that took his place, named Tony, I had sent an email to Mark. I didn't know he had left. I mean, it was only a few days after he left. And so Tony saw the message that I had sent for Mark about some old Calico things that my brother had found in his garage. And as a thank you for sharing the pictures of those old relics, Tony sent over some things for the channel. So I thought that was very, very nice of him. Because most of the time, those companies, the big companies, usually only send things out to the bigger channels. So it was really nice to see someone reach out and give something to the little guys. Yeah. Like I said, most of the time when those companies give things away, they're giving them away to channels with thousands and thousands and thousands of viewers and the monetized people. And so it really did make me feel good that they did something for a little channel that's not monetized and said, hey, here you go. And like I said, I thought he was just going to send one. So when he sent 6, I was totally overwhelmed. And a handful of stickers and stuff too. So that was really cool. Yeah, I will be someday, Toma. I have the subscriptions. I just don't have the the watch hours, because watch hours scroll off. They only stay on for a year. So, like, if I had a bunch of watch hours on June 30th, 2022, they scrolled, a bunch of them scrolled off yesterday. So, as fast as I can build them up, they're scrolling off. And part of that is because I haven't been able to make any standalone videos because my computer was acting up. Well, I'm finally getting my video production stuff and everything onto the new computer that my brother got for me. So hopefully in the next week or so, I'm actually waiting for a package from Amazon for a little piece of equipment that I need to make this transferring a lot easier. I'll be able to get the stuff off my old computer, which those who have been with me for a while know was in pretty bad shape. The ducks in the duck race were committing suicide. It was so slow. So we will be getting the stuff moved over to the new computer this week, and I'll be able to start doing videos again. I still have a lot of video footage that I have not made videos of yet. And I also got some new mailing envelopes. So those of you who are accustomed to the pink envelopes for my gift-aways, you will, after I run out of those, or even before that, will be getting white cardboard envelopes instead. Unless, and there's my last of the 10. It's Lyle. Hi, Lyle. You got another entry, my friend. Anyway, I learned a little something from digging with Deej about mailing things out. And found that I can save some money by switching to this other style envelope for some of the smaller things. Yeah, like the sticker packs and single coins and that kind of stuff. I can save a couple of dollars on each package by using the envelopes that she uses. So I made the splurge when I got my Social Security check because um, who was it? Oh, Kids Coins made a donation that was actually supposed to be for my moving fund, but I accidentally put it in the wrong account and spent it. However, I had a donation from Florida Metal Detecting that was supposed to be for postage. So I put that one over in the moving fund. So it all balanced out. But anyway, I used one of the donations to buy these envelopes because they will save us some money on mailing things out. I noticed one day I had gotten this great big sticker pack with a coin in it from Deej in one of the new type envelope, and as long as it weighs an ounce or less, it was way cheaper than using the bubble envelopes. So I'm gonna say like almost $2 cheaper. So we're gonna do this for a while. So we got our 10 peoples. Let me read them off. Let me read them off. And probably tomorrow I will get all of these entered in to my Excel chart so I'll know exactly how many entries each person has. But today's 10 were New Marshall in Town, Doug Harding, Silver Slinky, Annette Essman, Jeff Crumpler, Scott Jarvie, Mike Solis, I can't talk. Terma Treasures. I'm sorry. Oh, Jimmy Lucari and Lyle Locomoto. Yeah, I'm still having serious problems with my glasses. Yeah, I have some, they're like thank you cards that I picked up cheap, and I've been using them. But these cardboard ones are a little bit, they're not a lot heavier, but they're just a little bit heavier so that the things that you put in them are a little bit better protected. But yeah, I've got some thank you cards that I've been using too that I picked up at back in at Christmas time. I was doing a craft show yard sale thing at a church, and this lady had them for like 50 cents a pack or something. So, but yeah, I'm going to use up the rest of the pink envelopes, and then I'm not going to be buying those anymore because the minimum it costs me to mail one of those is like $3.50, even if it's just got two coins in it or a pair of earrings or. So I'm only going to use those, what I have left of those, for something that could be broken, like jewelry or things that are in plastic cases where the case needs to be padded. But the things that are in flips and stuff like that, I'm going to start. And of course, the stickers and the $2 bills and all that kind of stuff, those are all going to go in these cardboard envelopes now. I just, and if I decide later it doesn't work out, I only bought a pack of 100. So, and that sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. If I do 2 shows a week and I do 2 to 3 gift-aways, that's 6 times 4 weeks. That's 24. So, a couple of months worth of envelopes. Mike the Greek, you're too late, buddy. You're just too late by 1. But we're so happy to see you. Oh my goodness. So anyway, that's all the news that is fit to print. Except that I really do need people to go back and watch some of the older stuff and comment on it. Yeah, I had a comment yesterday. Furry Plants and Coins has been going back and watching some of my old stuff. And I got a comment on a video from 2020, I think it was. And apparently she's working her way through the older videos and saw something in there that was pretty funny. And I didn't realize how funny it was until she mentioned it. And I went back and looked at that video. And some of my early videos are, especially the metal detecting ones, if you can find the one, I'll have to see if I can find the name of it and post it. But there was one, it was not a metal detecting video per se. Yeah, I had gone metal detecting that day. This was when I lived down in Georgia. And I used to go by this cotton field on this way out to this other field that I was detecting in. And out in the middle of this cotton field, up on a little rise, was a really, really old family cemetery called the Robinson Cemetery. And I had gone out there. Some of you, probably most of you, don't know that I was a professional genealogist. I actually, in the early days of Ancestry.com, I worked for Ancestry, creating databases, and I also taught a class on how to use funeral home records and cemetery records in researching your family history. So I have this strangely morbid interest in funky old cemeteries like that. But I had a client who thought his grandfather might be buried right outside the fence, because inside the fence is all relatives of the family. But there are 3 or 4 graves that were outside the fence that were people that Dr. Robinson had been treating, and they passed away and they had nowhere to be buried and no family, and so he would put them outside the fence. So I had this, I went up there to see if I could figure out if this gentleman was buried there or not, and I decided I was going to document this cemetery. It was small, maybe 20 graves at the most, and they were all the marked ones were inside the fence. So I'm bebopping along. I got my little camera and I'm making a note of the birth dates and death dates and who's buried to who and so forth. Hey KK. So I'm going through there and all of a sudden I look down and I am covered. I mean covered in fire ants. You never saw an old white lady run so fast in your whole life. And I've got the camera going while I'm getting out of this place. And I'm trying to get back to my car. And I get to the car and I found a little bit of water and I'm trying to get the ants off. It wasn't funny because I really did get hurt. But it was funny because I was raised in Florida and Georgia, and I should have known better. You know, it was one of Susie's stupid moments. So if you can find the Robinson Cemetery, one, yeah, you can see me. I'm just going along so, professionally. And this is the grave of Doctor So and So Robinson, born blah blah blah, passed away. His wife was black. And then I'm like, and I am standing in a bed of. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny then. Because I was about 12 miles from home. So by the time I got home, I am like running into my house, and these ants have gotten up in my pants legs and down my shirt, and they're biting the living bejeebies out of me. I hardly hit my front door, and I'm peeling the clothes off. And finally, I thought, why am I doing this? Now I'm going to have fire ants all over my apartment. So I just ran my whole butt into the shower and just turned the thing on. And that way I'm washing the ants off in the shower instead of scattering them all over the house. And M3 is looking at me like I have lost my flipping mind. He didn't know what had happened, but yeah, it was pretty painful. There's Kevin and Lucky James. Y'all was too late to make the top 10 today, but we'll be doing some more. I still got how many spots left to fill before the actual drawing on Wednesday night? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Still got 14 spots to reach our 96 for the wheel deal. And there will be other, like I said, there will be other giveaways going on the Wednesday, July 5th show that don't require getting a thing here. So we'll be having the Patreon silver giveaway. That's a once a month deal. And a couple other little oddsies and endsies. Always something. So anyway, that's the reason I told you that story is there's some in my early videos, there's some pretty funny stuff. There's one where I did a challenge that was actually a sponsored thing by the blind detectorist, who is Shane up in Pennsylvania, and he is legally blind. And man, he came up with one. He said, okay, so I'm going to challenge everybody. He said, I want you to put on a blindfold. Go out with your detector, put on a blindfold, and get a signal. Walk till you get a signal, and dig that signal, and then tell us what you think it is. It's not easy, folks. I probably should have had somebody with me, because I had to. The first one I didn't get my camera even turned on correctly. But the second time around, I'm not going to tell you what I found, but I did identify it correctly. But I will tell you, in the course of trying to dig it with the blindfold on, I stabbed myself in the foot with my shovel, and oh yeah, it's real interesting. I gained a whole lot more respect for him, and I'm like, I don't know how he does it. His dexterity is so good that, like, if he finds a coin, even though he can't really see what that coin is, most of the time he can tell by the feel of it what it is. He's pretty amazing. But yeah, some of my older stuff when I was making standalone videos a lot more, there's some pretty interesting things in there. And by the way, if you happen to stumble upon one that has a thing in there in text over one of the frames of the video that says something to the effect of "I miss you, Tommy," write down the name of that video and email it to me, and you're going to win a prize because there's 2 or 3 of them in there. Tommy was my friend that I was supposed to start metal detecting with, and before we could go and pick up our detectors, he had a stroke and passed away. So every once in a while, I used to throw a thing in there, and it said, "I miss you, Tommy," or "We miss you, Tommy," or something to that effect. Let me see. Did anybody come in after Kevin? Kevin, there's Lucky James. Lucky James. It's raining. Well, it's raining in Florida? Gee, that never happens. I'm being sarcastic. I was raised in Florida. It rains there all the time. Oh my goodness. Let me see what has happened here. KK! Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. I got one package sitting here that's going to be $35 to send out. Yeah. That's why I'm kind of steering away from sending large packages to Canada anymore. Actually, I've got a couple of them, but that one, it's got uh, something pretty heavy in it. So thank you, Kevin. Uh, Sure can't win if I'm not here earlier. Only have one entry. You only have one? Oh, poor Kevin. Yeah, but you are entered in the I include in my Patreon silver drawing, I also am including people that made donations to the channel through other things, not just Patreon. If they sent a Cash App donation or a PayPal donation. So uh anyway, so if anybody that sent one in June or up to the drawing on the 5th, so you're entered in that because you sent a donation for that. So how about that? Uh, Alrighty. Well, what time is it? 6:20. Yeah, I knew what you meant. That's one thing we don't have much here is fireworks. Um, I can hear them way off in the distance down in the next town, but the town that I live in does not allow fireworks. Of course, they don't really allow much of anything. Yes, I know you did, Kevin. So that's what I said. You're in that other drawing. So it's not impossible that you could win on one. In fact, I think the last time I did one of these big giveaways where I put a whole bunch of people on the wheel was back at Christmas or right around, during the holidays. And the winner only had one entry. Yeah, that's happened a couple of times where the winner, I have done things with the wheel, and the winner only had one entry. So it's not impossible to do that. In fact, one of them I remember, I don't remember who it was, but it was like they had their 5 entries, and three spins in a row they got thrown off. But yeah, that's the thing. It only takes one. And if you don't win the pinpointer this month, like I said, we got 6 of them. So what's the old line? But wait, there's more. Alrighty, well, I'm doing this on my phone. I'm hoping. Yeah, Mike the Greek always gives his stuff away. So he says he tries to show up late to avoid entries. So that way he doesn't have to decide who to give it to. We love you, Mike. We do, we do. Yeah, anyway, for those that came in late, I'm doing this on my phone right now. Um, we were in the middle of transferring things from the old computer to the new computer, and the old computer decided it didn't want to work anymore. And it took about 3 weeks for me to figure out how to fix it with the help of my brother, Mr. Dan, in case he's lurking back there. Hi, Dan. Uh, some of you have been in the room when my brother comes in. He doesn't come in real often, but he's a former detectorist. And his grandsons have detectors. My niece's kids, they have metal detectors. So it's kind of spread in the family a little bit. And I think my other niece, she's interested. She just doesn't have one, but she watches detecting videos. So, uh, anyway, after 3 weeks of fighting with this crazy thing, I managed to get it going again yesterday morning, I think it was, or the day before yesterday. And I've been organizing the files and everything, getting all the pictures with the pictures and the documents with the documents. And I'm afraid to turn it off. I'm afraid it won't come back on. So I'm waiting for. I ordered a 1 terabyte flash drive, which is going to make it really easy to move a lot of this stuff. I'll just copy it right off onto the flash drive and take it over to the other computer, because I don't have a terabyte's worth of stuff on the old one. So I'm basically going to move 90% of it off and just leave the old machine. I have another use for it, assuming that it comes back on when I turn it off. But that has been holding up my making videos like crazy, because I don't really like making my videos with the uh, StreamYard, because it's not really an editing program or anything. So I will be able to start doing that again. So that's where I'm at. Oh, I'm not going to, Mike. And I'm transferring from the old one to the new one, which the new one is like, this is a 32-bit and the new one's 64, and everything on the new one is better. So what I've been doing is like I made folders, blocks of things. Like this has got documents in it. This has got my jewelry stuff in it. This has got my band stuff in it. So that's what I've been doing all day, is making those little blocks so that I can, copy a block off and move it over to the new one, and make sure that I'm sitting here now that I got the blocks done. I'm going through and getting like duplicate photos out and drafts of documents that I don't need anymore and all that doodah. So I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different folders that are blocks of stuff. And since I haven't been feeling really good and can't get up and walk around too much, I'm going to sit here in a bit and go through each one of those blocks, the photo block, the genealogy block, the YouTube block. That one's huge. And just start looking for stuff that's duplicates and stuff I don't need. I just want to say hi, but I got a jam going out of town for the week to do some ocean fishing. Ooh, what ocean we going to? Sounds like fun. I haven't seen the ocean for a couple years now. March of 2020 was the last time I saw the ocean for my birthday, right when COVID hit. In fact, I was sitting no, I take that back. I saw the ocean last June when I went with Dawn the metal detective. That was the last time I saw it. The ocean. That was the Gulf of Mexico. Got to see the Gulf again. And I think I'm going to head out too. Yeah, everybody please hit the like button. I would appreciate it. And I'm going to go work on my computer a little bit because my brother's going to call me tomorrow. Oh, Scott, where are you, honey? I want to come to Scott's house. Where are you? See, I grew up in Florida, and I grew up in Central Florida. So one weekend we'd go to the Gulf, the next weekend we'd go to the Atlantic. Yeah. And they're very different. People don't realize how different they are. The Gulf is a lot warmer, for one thing. And the sand is not quite as white. Yeah, where are you, Scott? I want to come see the Atlantic Oceans. I mean, we have beaches in Virginia, but they're 5 hours away. Oh, you in Jersey. Yeah, you in Jersey. Oh, shut up, Mikey. I'm going to come down there one of these days, and I'm going to drag the little Mikey out and make him play with his detector. I really would like to go to Florida one more time before I move to Michigan, because my brother is down there, landlocked. Yeah, and I see cows. One of my favorite bands was from New Jersey. Yep, they were one of my favorite bands from New Jersey. band called the Rascals. Well, they were called the Young Rascals, then they were called the Rascals. Awesome, awesome band. Come to think of it, my ex-husband was from Jersey too. I try not to think about that, but yeah, his family was from Cape May. But, I like Annette's. I see cows. You want to know what I see outside my apartment? The backside of a freaking Walmart. That's what I see. What river are you looking at, Mikey? The Alafia? There's a place I'd send you down there, but I don't think you'd fit it. Hi, Mandy. Yep, I can see the back of the Walmart. Now, here's the funny part about the back of the Walmart. If I could walk up the hill, I could walk to Walmart. However, I can't walk up the hill. So if I take the little transit bus from my house to the Walmart that I can see, I have to ride the transit bus all the way around my town and come back up the other side. And it takes 40 minutes to get to the Walmart that I can see out my window. Yeah, I figured it was the Alphi River, Mikey, because I know Riverview real well. That's where my friend Tommy lived. Well, first he lived in Brandon and then he lived in Riverview. So, yeah, I'm quite familiar with that river, Mikey. There's a couple of places we used to go to eat down there. But, Scott's going to Florida. I wish I was too. Oh, I wish I could go to Florida and see my brother. I did get to go see him last year because Dawn, the metal detective, was going and she took me down there. So I got to see my brother for a couple days, and then Dawn and I went over to the west coast of Florida and did a little detecting. But poor little Dawn was sick, and she has been sick ever since she was sick before we went down there. So those of you who pray and stuff, throw a little prayer in there for my friend Dawn. She has been sick for a year now, just like me. And both of us have gastrointestinal problems. And hi, Carla. I was just getting ready to sign off. I'll be back on tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern Time. We got the Lodo coin collecting show. We'll be doing something. I'm not sure what, because I got to figure out if I can get to the bank. I checked and they're open tomorrow and closed on Tuesday. So I got to figure out how to get over there and take back all these coins. I rolled up $87 worth of coins. But that money is money that has to go back into the moving fund. I just didn't roll my change for a long time. But I'm going to try to get some either pennies or nickels or some car wash quarters or something. Uh, if I can get somebody to take me to do that. So we'll be doing something tomorrow night. I know we'll be signing up some more people. Your son is in college in Orlando. Where's he going? UCF? Is he at University of Central Florida? Or let me see what else is down there. Rollins, that's actually Winter Park, but I grew up in Orlando. uh, yeah, UCF, the Pegasus. Ah, used to be Florida Technological University back in the 70s. I took some of my broadcast journalism classes at that college. I probably would have had more fun if I'd have gone to Rollins, but Rollins is for rich kids. Ah, that's the area I want to go to. Let me know when you're going by on the interstate. I'll stick my thumb out. Yeah, my brother lives in Castleberry. I was raised in Orlando. Yep, yep, yep. Oh, he goes to Full Sail. Okay. I always forget about Full Sail. That place has gotten so big. I remember when Full Sail started, I had some friends that went over there, a band that some of the students were filming a basically they were learning how to film music videos. And that was a tiny little school, and now it's huge. It has expanded so much. At the time, when it first started, Full Sail was pretty much nothing but uh, music and video classes, and then they expanded into the gaming and the graphics design, and yeah, that place is huge, and it's about 8 miles from my brother's house. Yeah, I always forget about Full Sail. I guess because it opened after I moved away. Yeah, I know. I just like to drive because I got to take all the medical stuff with me, and every time I go on a plane, I have to fight with the airlines about the exemption of carry-ons for medical equipment, and it is a pain in the butt. They always want, because you're only allowed one carry-on, and then you can have like a purse or a laptop. Well, I've got to have more than that because I have a couple of breathing apparatus that I have to take, and it has to be available to me. I can't put it in the check luggage. And they always want to fight with me. And I always win, but it's a pain, it's a pain in the butt. The only airport that I have ever been through that did not argue with me about that was Bishop Airport in Flint, Michigan. They kind of have it together on the medical equipment part of it. Uh, but yeah, if I don't take those things with me, then I can't go. So, uh, yeah, and yes, it is very expensive to fly. But right now, renting a car is as expensive. I was actually looking the other night at pricing to Flint in case my apartment comes up before I am ready to put everything in the truck and go. I'm going to have to fly up there and sign for the thing and get the keys and fly back, or drive, as the case may be. So I was checking the prices the other night, and the car rentals are coming down a little bit, but I could actually get a flight into Detroit and pick up a rent a car cheaper then I can pick up the rent a car here and just drive all the way. It's crazy, crazy. So I'll just have to keep monitoring that. But yeah, I really would like to see my brother before I go to Michigan because I don't know that I'll be able to do it after that. Once I start my treatments, I don't know what's going to happen. But I know what's going to happen right now, and that's that my phone is going to go dead because it says 15%. So I'm going to let you guys go. I will see you tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern. There will be more chances to pick up uh, slots on the wheel to win the pinpointer. And there may be some other gift away things happening tomorrow night. So I thank you guys very much for popping in. So one thing about the Deadbeat Club is we just talk about all kinds of stuff. We've gone from everything from Full Sail to crockpot lasagna. Yep, yep, yep. Alrighty, gang. Thank you. Go watch some of my old videos and laugh at me. At least then you can see what I used to look like when I had my hair. Alright, guys. Everybody have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye bye.